Hi, team. I hope you're having a good week. It's just me and Rachel today. Let's get our schedules together so we know when's the best time. I wanted to test out if the lunchtime would work, but it looks like we're not the best. But at least you can hear the recording. so, Rachel, do you want to say hi?
Hey guys. Hope everything's good for you.
Tell people how you're doing on the challenge so far, what you've liked, and what you've learned. I guess we can start with that.
I like all the daily readings, how it reminds me of good habits I should be practicing, and it's been forcing me to make sure this has been good.
Okay, great. Thank you, Rachel. I like the readings too. That's been probably my favorite part. So today we're going to talk about intuitive eating. Have you ever heard of that, Rachel? Do you know what that means?
Eating, not emotionally eating, but eating when you need to and eating for your body.
Yeah. It's basically just kind of tuning more into your body's cues. So a lot of us have lost touch of our body's cues just because of habits or stuff we've learned from other people. So it's good to take a step back and really learn what your body actually needs and when. When I learned about intuitive eating, everything changed for me. I wasn't trying to fight food anymore. Food was my friend, and it's a lot easier to lose weight when you're listening to your body. I totally believe that your body knows what it needs and when. Even like the biggest concern is sugar. Like, well, what if I want sugar? How will I know if my body needs it or if it's just my as you do intuitive eating for a while, you'll kind of get the hang of it and you'll be able to tell the difference. I think that I really do need sugar once in a while. I do have like a whole week of when I crave it, and I let myself have that. I'm not out of control because I'm not addicted to sugar. But I definitely can feel a difference of that week of I want sugar and the 3 other weeks that I don't really care. So it's cool. So the part about intuitive eating I'll talk about today is just eating when you're hungry, stopping before you're full. So it's the full part, learning to listen to the cues of when you're full. What about you, Rachel? Do you feel like you can tell when you're full, and do you stop at that point?
No, well, I don't always stop when I'm full. I have that mindset that I've learned all my life. And if you don't...
You cut out. What'd you say? What's the mindset you learned all your life?
Eat everything on your plate.
Okay, good. I'm glad that you brought that up. That's what we'll talk about today. So stuff like that, those types of habits, those teach us to not listen to our body and listen to our eyes. So that's one skill. A lot of people don't listen to their bodies because they don't want to waste food, or else if food's in front of them, then they'll just keep on eating. That happens to everyone because they're distracted or watching a movie, So another part that's really important about intuitive eating is letting yourself just knowing that you can eat when you're hungry. Some people will eat everything in front of them because they're afraid that they won't be able to eat again. So identify that if you're having problems with that and kind of try to get rid of that. So let's talk about signs to know when you're full. Some people really don't know how to tell when they're full. What do you feel? How do you feel like, Rachel, before, I guess not when you're full, but before you reach the point of being full and uncomfortable? How does that feel?
I feel satisfied and my body feels good, not hungry anymore.
Yeah, that's a great way to put it. Some people say they feel a nothingness. They're not hungry anymore, those pains are gone, and they're not too full. And those pains aren't there yet. So it's just a really subtle feeling of contentment. You're happy and it's so good. Part of being able to listen to that is just being mindful when you eat. So I'm going to give you a few strategies of how to be more mindful. First of all, get rid of distractions. So I want to eat with the TV on. If you're talking to someone and having a really engaging conversation, just be aware that you need to be listening to your body as well, not just thinking about it. So what I like to do, and a good tip for everyone, is to pause in the middle of when they're eating and ask yourself, evaluate the taste. What are the tastes that you are tasting? How are they? How much do you like them? what certain herbs or seasonings can you taste. Another thing to ask is, how full am I? What's my level? So I've got my favorite book in the whole world. It's Intuitive Eating, right here. And there's the scale, if you can see it showing up. It basically says, on a scale of 1 to 10, asks what your fullness rating is. So I would do that before you eat, in the middle of eating, and when you're done. So usually before you eat, you're at about anywhere from a 4 to a 7. Or of being, no, I'll take that back. As far as being hungry, you're at about a 7. And then when you're full, you want to be at about a 6 or a 7. I guess those are opposite with hunger and fullness scales, but you know what I mean? Can I get that? Okay. So just be aware of how full you are. What's another one? Don't feel obligated to eat what people offer you. Have you ever felt that, Rachel, when you're full?
Yeah. All the time.
Yeah. That's a huge part of intuitive eating. The problem with it is just social pressures. That you feel like even though you're full or you don't even want sugar, people are offering it to you. You just keep on eating. So just be aware of that and try to get out of that and have the courage to say no thanks. Just be really polite. And I don't think that I would be offended if someone said that. I just appreciate that if they're listening to the body and want to be healthy. I could learn something from them. So
Something I need.
Yeah. You want to work on that this week, Rachel?
I need to work on that, not feeling pressured when people offer me food.
Yeah. I'll definitely be more mindful of that too myself. So that's it. That's the training for this week. Any more thoughts, Rachel, before we go?
Oh, it was really good.
Okay. And let's meet and you chat after this, okay? All right. We'll see you later.
Hey guys.
Bye. Have a good week, team.